A piece of Carbondale history is now buried for the next century as city leaders, schools and businesses and community groups came together today to seal a 100-year time capsule outside the Southern Illinois Multimodal Station. That capsule is filled with items reflecting life in Carbondale in 2026, scheduled to be reopened 100 years from now by Southern Illinoisans on July 2nd, 2126. The mayor there says the project's about celebrating today while making sure the city's history is not forgotten.
I'm hoping that they will appreciate the effort that was made to preserve Carbondale and what we do, what we say, and most of all, the people of Carbondale. So it's a way of preserving what has already happened and remembering those who have paved the way for so many of us.
The capsule was built into the station's design during planning and will remain sealed again for the next 100 years.